Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing Way of the Hunter. I thought I'd share a little gameplay footage. I've been looking for some, you can see my mission up there in the top left. I have 3 of 5 mature bucks that have a score of 40% or less. Now, I've been having a little bit of a difficult time finding that. You can see here, I've got a mule deer that's young. Now, the only thing that we can really see is their trophy. So I'm trying to get ones that have a low trophy rating. But that hasn't worked so far. I've killed like 6 or 7 deer and only gotten 3. There's a male. What is he? Nope, he's young also. We need him to say either adult or mature. Now, this guy is an adult or mature, but he's a 2-star. And obviously, you can see his horns. He's got a nice rack going on, so we don't want to shoot him. So I don't think this herd's going to have what I need. We're going to leave those males to grow up. Now, I don't know if as they grow, if their horns get better. That's a possibility. I'm not sure exactly how the game works in that mechanic, but I will tell you I love this game so far. And the more I play it, the less it's kind of gotten me a little further away from Call of the Wild. The more I play this Way of the Hunter, it's got a lot more realistic feeling to it. So anyway, I will come back to you once I have something on the scope. Today we're going to try to fulfill that mission. I also have another mission where I need 2 white-tailed deer, 1 male and 1 female. So I will join you when I do that. One thing that I've done since the review, I did buy a new binocular set. So these binoculars are 10x and they have excellent glass. It's not a huge improvement over the last set, but they're definitely clearer looking. So you can spot things a little bit better. So I will be back when I find something to shoot. Now, since I'm not going to shoot anybody in this herd, I'm doing a test. Oh, the birds. How close can I get before they're alerted? I am slow walking, and I am walking in a crouched but not prone position. Oh! I side-slipped, and that alerted them. 83 meters. So really, yeah, you really got to stay about 80 meters out. This guy is 140. There's no way he's 140. If these two are 80, she's 120. What? Something's not reading right. 126, 82. Are they really that far behind? Well, no, look, they calmed down. So if I go slow and don't make too much noise. He's 80 meters, 79, 80, 79. So I think the reader is not getting an exact read. I feel like I'm a lot closer than that. I forget what key it is to whistle. I'm try to scare him off. Look at how pretty those deer are, though. Oh, no. I wanted to lay down. That's what I wanted to do. They're alerted again. Let's see if it just holds still. Now, once again, I found out after I did the review that there's actually several different hardness levels. I'm playing on Adventurer, which is level 2. But it goes up like 3 or 4 more levels. And it makes the deer really alert. So right now they are on what I would consider normal mode. There's one below this, which is easy. Toddler, adventurer, superhero hunter. And there's like 2 or 3 levels above this. Yeah, they're gonna ski-daddle. There they go. So unfortunately, this herd is not bearing what I need. But anyway, I got pretty close. I mean, 65 meters. That's not bad. I'm hoping that they lay down again. Let's see what they do if I don't move for a little bit. I'm going to lay for a little bit and see. Actually, they're at calm. They might leave, though, because now that I've been close enough, they're spooked. She's still looking my way. Yeah, I think they've decided they're going to move along. So, oh well. What are you going to do? All right, I need to find some deer. I'll be back. Some deer that are within my qualifications. All right, I've crawled my way up this mountain, and I found a buck. Actually, I think that's a female in there, but the buck keeps yewing, or whatever you call it. He's like, hey! I'm trying to sneak up on them here by crawling on the ground. Supposedly, this makes it easier, or it like makes you quieter, but I don't know. It's pretty noisy. Less visible. You don't really have a visiscope like you do on the Call of the Wild, so I don't know if I've been... Oh, there he is. Oh, and he looks pretty low health. That's good. He's young. Dang it. Who we got here? That looks like a male. He's really in the trees. I can't get a good read on. Shoot. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. Pretty sure that's a female, a doe. So what do they call a young buck? Is that a hart? Is that what you call that? Like H-A-R-T? I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But I'm pretty sure there was a second male deer there. I'm just going to have to keep creeping in and see if we can see him. Yeah, he's the one that's calling, the one that's standing up. But it is a male, so I'm going to see if I can get close enough to get a nice scope on him with my binoculars. Ugh, it's difficult. Still calm. Can we see him yet? Almost. This happens to be a very piney tree in front of us. Crap. I don't know. Of course, now that I get here, he's moving back down. You jerk. There's one there, and there's one there. There's two of them there. Can't tell which is male and which is female. They moved. Dang it. Urgh. Okay, there's an adult male, 1 star. Let's take a look at his rack. They keep freaking moving. This is going to be difficult at best, and I think they just moved down the hill on me, and I can't look down anymore. They're below my range. I got to get over this bump. The rocks are being weird. Okay. Mule deer. Mule deer. Female. What the... Something's up with these rocks. Okay, adult female, adult male. That is what we're looking for. Did you see how crappy his rack was? He's what I'm looking for. Ugh. And they're moving away. How can I keep them here? I could try to use a collar, but I'm terrible at best with a collar. There's another one mature. So there's 2 deer already that fit the criteria, and they seem to be going away from me. Let's see. Can they smell me? No, the wind's blowing the opposite. Shoot. Don't leave. And I freaking spooked them. Dang it. I wasn't even moving. And off they go through the woods. So I'm going to track them for a bit. See if I can get... They'll calm down in a minute, and I'll be able to catch them. Maybe hopefully in a better clearing than this, where we can actually see them. Okay, so I looked it up. Hart traditionally, or specifically, can describe a stag of more than 5 years old. However, they believe it is a male deer. However, they believe that it was the word was synonymous with stag, but referring to a red deer. However, it can also, like I said, mean any male deer over 5 years old. But originally, the hart deer, the hart males were specifically H-A-R-T, referring to a male red deer. So the hart's the male and the hind is the female. That could be considered mostly poetic or archaic. Interesting. Comes from the Middle English hart. I do not see these deer. They ran far away. Which is, it's Old English, and it is H-E-O-R-O-T. Herot. Frisian hart, Dutch hert, German Hirsch, Hjart would be Danish, Norwegian, and Swedish. And they all mean deer. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so I am not seeing these. Speaking of hearts, I'm playing with the king of hearts. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to try to find these deer again. They got what I need, possibly 2 of what I need, which would finish the mission. So that'd be great. So, I'm not getting a good read on distance, but there they are. What do we have? There's the young. They're within range. Who's this? Adult male. That's our crappy male. That's the one that we want. He's got an okay rack, but he's not great. So let's take him. Come on. Get your rifle out. Get it out. Get it. Okay. Right about there. Boom. Good hit. Saw the blood spatter. Oh, there's a bunch of males in that group. So that's great. Hopefully we'll find some more. It's funny. It's so weird to me not to be looking for the good deer, but to be trying to find the worst ones. But it makes sense because as they breed, you'll breed those crappy ones out. So I can turn the 6 cents off. All right, I'll be back. Let's see what we got here. I was looking for the trail of blood. I didn't even need to find that. It was a really good was a really good hit. He did not go far at all. Wow. Possibly a heart shot right there. Speaking of hearts. Oh, look at this horrible rack on that deer. That was the right deer to pick. I think we're going to find number 4 of our 5 deer hunt. Yep. Yeah, we got him in the heart. Showing the overview of the shot there. It's a good shot. Look at 13% health rating. Yeah, that was exactly what we're looking for. And there's 4 or 5. Perfect. What is this? Why do we have more blood? Oh, that's still from that animal. That's right. It's not like what is it, Call of the Wild, where they disappear. So we're gonna run for a little bit. I can guarantee these deer went this way. They were off and running. So let's find the herd. Hopefully we can get another one from that herd and it'll be done. I've been doing this mission for like 4 or 5 days now. It's taking me quite a while to get it done. Ooh, that's a cool rock. I love stuff like that. Especially in real life. I'm like, man, I love seeing rock formations like that. They're so cool and mysterious. What a nice night by the campfire. Well, I'm going to turn in for the day. Hopefully we'll catch that last deer tomorrow. I had a little venison for dinner. Sure was tasty. Oops, sorry. So I have marked the nearest lake on my map, and we're going to head that way. And if you have any questions, yes, that was me playing guitar while I was trying to talk. I don't really talk and play very well. I can sing and play, but talk and play, that's something different. There was one thing that I bought for myself. A couple things, but that was the one big thing. When my mom died and I got my inheritance, mostly I spent it paying people back money that she owed them. But I did buy myself a really nice Martin acoustic guitar. That's the one thing that I just love. I've been wanting that specific guitar. It's an HD28 vintage model. And it's got the butterbean tuners. I really don't like modern geared tuners, like sealed gear tuners. It's like what Taylors have and what most modern Martins have too. I prefer the older style butterbean tuners, and it's just a look thing. They work just as well. I don't know. I don't know why we switched to sealed gear aside from maybe rust or protecting fingers maybe. But the butterbean tuners are just so much more classic looking, and they also are they're understated. They're smaller. And then on the back, you don't have like a big hunky piece of metal. It's a very precise looking gearbox. Where you have the tuner, obviously, and the gears that sync up with the tuning peg. So when I first started looking at that guitar, they only had them with the big honking tuners, and in order to get those butterbean tuners, you had to buy them from Waverly, and they ran about $300 for a set. And so I was able to get, Martin started offering the vintage model with the Waverly tuners already on it. And about maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, it became a thing. When the butterbean tuners started getting popular again, they were like, oh, well, we can offer that. Ooh, I can't climb up this. All right. And thankfully, it's something that they've kept going since then. So any of their vintage models or V models have it. The only thing I don't like about the V model, once again, it's an HD28 V, is that they took the top, which is a really nice Adirondack spruce top on the V model. I think on the regular model it's Sitka spruce, which comes from California, and on the higher end vintage model it is Adirondack. And once again, Adirondack is something that's just come back in the last 5 to 10 years too, because for many years there weren't trees that were big enough to make Adirondack tops. So this guitar is one of the few vintage models I've seen that has an Adirondack top on it. And the only thing I don't like is that they tone it yellow. Now, wood tans just like your skin does. So when you play your guitar outside, it'll turn from white to a pretty dark brown. Like my Taylor, I played outside a lot. And Ryan's got that guitar now. And I'll tell you what, man, that thing it almost looks like mahogany. It's so brown. That's a Sitka spruce top. This will do the same thing. But what they do is they try to start that process by putting some aging toner in it, and it makes it look yellow. And I don't love the color. In fact, I'll pop a couple snapshots in here. Hold on a second. There she is. That's the guitar you just heard. And this is so once again, it's a HD28 VS. And the HD stands for herringbone detail, or herringbone dreadnought. And you can see there's the herringbone detail around the guitar, something that they put on some of their higher end guitars. I love that herringbone look. Man, I love it. Just even looking at the pictures, I'm like, ooh, I've got it sitting right next to me, and I'm looking at the picture like, oh, look at that. This is the Adirondack spruce top, and these are the butterbean tuners that I'm talking about, and I'll get you a closer picture. Hang on. There's a nice picture of the Martin butterbean tuners. These are Waverly, I believe, but they've changed the stamp to Martin and Company. You can see that right there. Maybe. It depends on how big your video screen is. But these are butterbean tuners, in case you've never seen them before. And you can see it's an open gear. It's real nice. Cool looking. Much more, what do you call it? I don't know. Fancy than the sealed back tuners. And then here you can see this is the volute. This is the part of the guitar that Only a couple of their guitars have that, and it's a pretty cool little detail. Here's the backside. This is East Indian rosewood. It's nice, some nice looking wood. This guitar fades from dark to light, and I like that because it does it on the sides too. In fact, here I'll show you. Hold on. You can see the front of the guitar appears darker, and then it fades to a lighter color on both sides. So it's really nice because it goes from dark to light, and that's something that you don't see very often. Usually it's pretty even colored, but I like that. It makes it unique. And the last cool thing about the guitar, here's a kind of fuzzy close-up of that herringbone detail. You can see it's like little arrows, and this is a pretty sought-after feature. I mean, cheapo guitars have it too. It's not anything that makes it like more expensive, but Martin only puts that on their more expensive guitars. You pay for that as a feature. But the cool thing about this guitar is that the serial number is my it's got my birth date in it, part of it. So like the last two digits of the serial number are are my birth year. So and it's pretty cool. I was like, wow, that's really cool. When I saw it, they had 3 available, and I asked them if I could see that one. Not because of that, but because I liked the way that the coloration looked, the way that it went light to dark. I bought that from Sweetwater. I went out there with my kids. We took a trip out to Indiana when I had the money for it. And I called them, and I had looked on the website ahead of time and looked at the 3 different guitars, and I said, can you hold this one for me? What sold me on the pictures online were that fading from light to dark on the sides. That was unique, and I said, oh man, that's really cool. They had, like I said, they had 3 different ones of that same guitar, and but each one's a little unique in its look. But I really liked the top on that one. It was pretty even looking, and then I also liked that fade. So I asked them to hold it for me, and they did. And I went out there and we played it for about 10 minutes. I said, that's really all I need. I don't need a lot of time. I've been wanting this guitar. I mean, literally, I've been wanting that guitar since I was 25, and I'm turning 50 next year. So I've been for almost 28 years or 25 years. I've been wanting that guitar. 24 years. Yeah, but they're so expensive. There was just no way I was ever going to be able to afford it without something like that happening. And what's cool is that the Martins, of course, do retain their value. So 30, 40 years from now, when I'm gone, 50 years, hopefully, probably more like 30 or 40, my kids will get that. And hopefully we'll pass it on to their kids. And most of the Martins that are 40, 50 years old, have either held their value or have gone up in value, especially those nicer, like the fact that has an Adirondack top and the butterbean tuners, and that it's not a model that you see a ton of. Those are going to be pretty popular, especially with the way that the world's changing. I don't know, with the way woods change and the types of woods that we're using, they're trying to make things a little bit more sustainable. So they're looking at different kinds of woods, which means that, whenever the shortage comes for East Indian rosewood, all of a sudden the value is going to shoot way up. Same thing with the Adirondack spruce. There's only a limited supply of that available. So it's going to be 50 to 100 years before there's another big group of Adirondack guitars available. It takes a long time for those trees to grow. They do grow, but it takes them years. Now, the funny thing with Adirondack tops is that they are... they're trying to make it like, oh, yeah, well, that's what all acoustic guitars are made out of before World War II. And then when the war came along, they had to pretty much dispense of those tops because they used the wood for all kinds of different things in the war. And pretty much all the old growth 200, 150 to 300-year-old trees got cut down. And so at that point, they stopped making them out of Adirondack and started looking for other sources, and Sitka from California turned out to be the source. But most people kind of value that Adirondack top, and of course they're named Adirondack because they're from the Adirondack Mountains on the East Coast. So those trees are coming back now, but they're 50 to 70, maybe 80 years old, so they're not like that old growth 200-year-old tree. We're just not going to probably ever see that kind of guitar build again from those trees, unless we just leave it alone and, you know. But one big tree can make a ton of guitars. So I'm sure Martin probably has a couple that hope, you know, they're assuming they're going to be in business 100 years from now, and they probably have a couple trees set aside. Like, hey, just leave these and let them grow, and we'll pay to maintain them. And, you know, because I know Martin does that too. Martin goes out Taylor goes out into the woods around the world and picks certain trees and says, hey, you know, to the forestry companies that are around there, like, keep this tree, don't knock it down. We'll pay you to hold it there, and when it's time, we'll come get it. So it's kind of a neat process. So anyway, that's my little spiel on the guitar. Yeah, so I'm looking for the deer. We got to the lake here, but I'm not seeing any signs of life. Nothing. Now, it is early in the morning. They might still be night-night. And my wind is really bad. I guess it's blowing kind of behind me, but let's get up here. I'm going to wait for a little bit and see what happens, but I'll be back. We'll take a little break here and see if something doesn't turn up. So what I'm doing right now is I'm scoping out the zone. Looks like we got red fox, gray wolf all the time, and sometimes white-tailed deer. This doesn't help us with our mule deer hunt, but it might be a good spot to catch. Oh, mule deer drinking. Oh, I could bring some mule deer. But it's all rarely, except for the wolves. It's not the opportune spot, and I don't seem to have any animals nearby that are making calls. So I might move on up into the woods a little bit. Let's take a look at the map again and see where we're at. We're here. What is that? Mule deer. How do I know there's a need zone there? Well, maybe let's move up the mountains and see what we can see. I'm going to go up this way. I'll be back. Let me find out what I can find out. So I had to go downstairs for about 20 minutes and do something. I left the game running. I came back upstairs and look what we got. Some male mule deers making noise. Let's get down there and see what they got. And I think that's the lake that I tagged. Look at that. Oh, no. This is another lake. My bad. I'm sorry. We've gone the other way. Now, my smell is blowing that way, so they shouldn't smell me. Would you like to smell me? I certainly hope not, because you're not gonna like what you find. Let's see here. They're at the bottom of this abutment. You said butt. And they stop making noise. They're on to me. The hard part is this is so steep. I'm afraid that I'll end up scaring them, so let's creep. Yeah, I'm a creep. Sorry, I won't, I promise. All right, I'll be there in a sec. We'll see what happens. There they are. You know, one thing I will say about this game and the Hunter Call of the Wild is I've still yet to see a game where deer clash, like where the males fight each other. Now, he's got a nice rack. I'm willing to guess that this guy's genetics are over 50%. We need guys that are less than 40, which means that their antlers are going to be small. I say horns, I know. It's not their antlers. I'm sorry. God, this is a long way down. That's the same one. Oh, no, actually that's not. What's his rating? Adult. They're within range too. This guy's got a better rack than that guy, but they're close. Anybody else? I think that's it. There's a female hidden back in the forest. I think we're going to take this guy. He looks A little less imposing. I wish this is tough. You have to get out. Where is he? Yeah. Yeah, his rack is kind of bleh. What are we zeroed at? 50 meters. Yeah, I got to fix that. 200 meters. There we go. That was a little on the high side. He's bleeding. I'm going to see if I can watch him because he's going to... Oh. I think that's him. Yep, there's blood. Let's keep an eye on him. We'll just watch him. And he's down. That's an easy find there. Okay, the question is, how do we get down there without getting killed? I'm going to try to find my way down. I'll be back when I get down there, folks. Oh, no. Crap. I fell. I wish I could have caught it on tape. I tried to get the recorder going. No! Ugh. I think because I dyed it, I lost all my exploration points. I think this is the lake that we were at. I don't know. Because we went up here, remember? Wherever it is on the other side of these mountains. I'm pretty sure. This is the lake that we found this morning. So I'm pretty sure it's that lake. It could be this one, too, though. Shoot. I gotta go find that deer. Ugh, what a pain in the butt. And if it's right, that's my last deer. Urgh. Yeah, this is the right direction, because this is the direction that I headed, so... Alright, guys, I'm gonna run there. I'll see you on the other side. I wish I had my Jeep, but I don't want to go all the way from the house, because that'll take forever. So, alright. See you shortly. The deer actually came back, it looks like. I got back here. I think this is the right lake. I'm pretty sure I came from up there. I don't know. This doesn't look right. Well, I guess we'll find out if we find a dead deer. Maybe I came from up there? He was just around the rim of the lake. Shoot, I don't know where I was. Maybe it wasn't even this lake. We need to find all the need zones, though, in the meantime. Yeah, this mule deer, drinking often. And I don't know if you get... Maybe if you get knocked out, you lose the animal? Once again, I'm not... This game seems pretty good at keeping track of all the stuff that goes on. Because I have... like logged out of the game and then come back in, and all my stuff is right where I left it. Like if like there's deer nearby, they're still nearby. Okay. So I got the need zones marked out, but now I got to find where he was when I shot him. My guesstimate is that I was probably up there. If this is even the right lake. Like, I'm not seeing a blood trail. And he went down right by the woods. I just don't remember there being all these paths and stuff around here. I just don't know. If that was his herd, then he ran this way. Like either that way or this way. And it would make sense that I was maybe... But see, what doesn't make sense is that my spotting got lost. Like, all the places that I walked to are missing. And I don't have the record anymore that I walked here. So I don't know. Maybe this isn't the right spot. Urgh. I'm looking for a blood trail. Well, I'll come back if I find it. I'll let you know. Dang Dang it! I've walked all around the lake, and I do not see him or his blood trail. I can't tell if this is where I was or if I wasn't. Oh, for frig's sake. I think this is where I was, but I'm not sure. Let's look at the map. I mean, I definitely hadn't explored this far. Wait. But I'm pretty sure that's where I was. Unless, is there another lake in here? I mean, there's this lake, but I don't think I went that far. It didn't seem like that far of a walk. I know that I went up over the Mule Deer Pass here. And I saw that and said, remember that we looked at the map and said this, it only makes sense that this is where I came to. And then like fell here. Unless there's another lake that's like nearby. But I remember crossing over all of this. Dang. I swear this is the right place. And see, I don't know how the game mechanic works if you die. I don't know. Like, if you die, do you lose sight of... I mean, it could have been that lake too, though. Maybe I snuck around and came back around or something and fell down this cliff here. Shiitake mushrooms. Well, I'm back at the first lake we were at, and I just spooked a bunch of mule deer. I really don't think this is it, but look at all those mules. There's one, there's another. But this could be, I mean, this could be the spot. Mature males. Those are decent looking bucks. They're not going to be low health. But I'm hoping not, I don't have to kill another one. These cliffs do look like where I fell to my death. And so I'm assuming that possibly we'll find the trail here. If anything, we might have been by it. My thought is that we came in from over there or over... Yeah, see right there, I think. So I tried to come down that split and I fell. But maybe it was on this side. I don't know. I mean, the blood trail should be obvious. It's going to be a big bright red splodge of blood. I've already found all these need zones. I'm not seeing him here either. I'm not seeing any blood trail. This does not look like it. Very frustrating. Let me look at the map. It makes the most sense that I came back around here. And so I would have shot him from like this area here. Yeah, I mean, that may be... That definitely could be it. And I would have hit him. He was out here at the time. And the hit was right by water. Oh, I see it. The hit was right by water. There's his trail. Okay, where's the hit? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we got the trail. Yep. Oh, we found him. Oh, thank God. Okay, so it was the first lake. It didn't lose. Hang on, where did he go? Did he change direction? Oh, I see him. You guys probably saw him before I did. All right. Right? Nope, that's not him. Dang it! He's here somewhere. I'm not too worried about it because I know he's going to show now. We've got him. And it might have gone, he might have gone the other way. Maybe I'm looking at the blood backwards. The frogs are not amused. Crud. Okay, let me figure this out. I'll be back. Back on the trail. Like a bloodhound. I still haven't found the... There's blood there. I still haven't found the initial shot. He's going to be right up here, though. We got him. There he is. Man, it was hard to find that one. Oh, yeah, look at his crappy horns. This is the perfect example of a one who's ready to be taken out. Health 39, just under what we needed. Great hunt. That was great. Look at our money, too. That was a big payment. There we go. We did it. That was a big mission. You guys only saw me hunt 2 deer. If you can imagine, so I've been playing for about 2.5 hours. We got a 40-minute video. Yeah, it took me days to get those other deer. So it's a pretty intense. And I got more deer along the way, but they were not the right, you can only kind of guess by looking at their antlers to see, what you're looking at. So that was fun. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the little guitar playing in the middle there. That is my New Year's resolution, to play my guitar more. Have a great night, and I will see you next time. We'll probably continue some of this. Got a badger yelling over here. And we will see you guys on the next hunt. Have a great night. Bye.